Hello everyone, welcome to the channel The Indian Health Nerd, where we provide you with authentic and scientific evidence-based information on health and medicine. In this video, we will give you 17 reasons why you should make yoga a part of your daily routine. For the references of scientific studies used for this video, you can visit our website. The timestamps are given in the description, so you can directly skip to the section of your interest. Yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, meaning to unite. It implies spiritual unity with the divine consciousness, referred to generally as the God. Yoga is an ancient mind-body practice with origins in the Indian philosophy and mainly includes practices like postures called asanas, breathing practices called pranayam, meditation called dhyan. It also includes philosophy, cleansing practices and deep relaxation, also called Yoga Nidra. There are many different yoga styles including the Hatha Yoga, Kundalini Yoga and other yoga types. As we will see below, yoga may not be only effective in preventing a number of diseases but can have a complementary role to modern medicine in the treatment of various diseases. So let's dive right in. First, yoga reduces inflammation. Yoga delays the onset or reduces the severity of many diseases by reducing chronic low-grade generalized inflammation in the body. There is a separate video on how inflammation is associated with diseases and aging, and the link can be found in the description. Yoga and other mind-body interventions can downregulate the nuclear factor kappa B pathway, also known as the NF-kB pathway. It would be sufficient to mention here that overactivation of nuclear factor kappa B pathway is responsible for increasing the level of inflammation and cancers. By downregulating this pathway, yoga indirectly reduces the risk of many diseases including cancers. Furthermore, there is also direct scientific evidence to show that yoga decreases the levels of inflammation in the body. Second, yoga can slow down aging. Telomeres are caps at the ends of our chromosomes and are important for maintaining the stability of chromosomes. Telomere shortening has been linked to aging. Telomere shortening is also associated with the development of diseases including cancers. According to some studies, yogic interventions have shown to increase telomere stability and decrease the rate of telomere shortening. Yoga can reduce stress. Yoga can reduce stress levels. There is enough evidence to show that stress is linked to the development of number of diseases including cardiovascular diseases and psychiatric disorders like depression and anxiety. Yoga can improve the quality of sleep. According to a few studies, yoga can improve the quality of sleep, and good quality of sleep is important in the prevention of many diseases. Now let us take a look at the effects of yoga on the individual organ systems of the body. Yoga, brain health and dementia. Various neuroimaging studies like MRI have shown that yoga can have a positive impact on brain health, both structure and function. Studies directly assessing the role of yoga in dementia have found that yoga may have beneficial effects in improving cognition, especially attention and verbal memory. Cognition is a term referring to a group of mental processes required to gain and process information. These processes include attention, learning, memory, problem solving and others. Thus, yoga holds promise for Alzheimer's dementia and other conditions of cognitive decline. Yoga and neurological disorders. Yoga can play a part in stroke rehabilitation as it improves cognition, mood and stress, but most importantly, balance in stroke patients. Stroke is a brain condition in which there is insufficient blood supply to the brain, called ischemic stroke, or bleeding in the brain, called hemorrhagic stroke. Both these processes result in death of neurons in the brain. Stroke is also known by the term paralysis and usually results in one-sided weakness and loss of speech. However, other functions can also be affected depending on the area of the brain affected. Yoga not only has a role in improving balance in stroke rehabilitation, but also in improving balance in the healthy population. This is particularly useful for older people in whom the risk of falls due to balance problems is higher. Yoga may also be beneficial for headaches. Yoga can play a role in reduction of seizures in the patients with epilepsy. Yoga may be effective in managing symptoms of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is an inflammatory condition in which the immune system attacks the myelin covering of the neurons. Symptoms may include spasticity, fatigue, depression, anxiety, bowel and bladder dysfunction like incontinence of stool and urine. It may also include impaired mobility, cognitive impairment and others. Yoga and psychiatric disorders. As yoga is a mind-body intervention, it is extremely useful in a number of mental health problems. Yoga may be helpful in depression and as an add-on to drug treatment in schizophrenia. It may also be helpful in reducing anxiety. Yoga increases mindfulness and is important in reducing the severity of illness-related symptoms in many psychiatric conditions like depression and schizophrenia. Yoga, including meditation, can potentially benefit patients with post-traumatic stress disorder. Yoga may also be beneficial in nicotine de-addiction and may help people quit smoking. Yoga increases mindfulness and this may be helpful in reducing dependence on other substances like alcohol. Yoga and cancer. It has been already discussed earlier how yoga can have a preventive role in cancers by down-regulating the NF-kB pathway, reducing inflammation and increasing telomere stability. Furthermore, yoga can be helpful in reducing stress, improving sleep, and reducing symptoms of anxiety and depression in cancer patients. Of particular mention is that yoga reduces fatigue, frequently experienced by cancer patients either as a consequence of their illness or secondary to treatments like chemotherapy or radiation therapy. Yoga and atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is a condition in which there is formation of plaques in the arteries or blood vessels of various organs. The most common organs involved are the heart and brain. These plaques can complicate with sudden clot formation, cutting off the blood supply to the end organ. This results in acute complications like heart attacks and brain strokes. Coronary artery disease, which is due to the atherosclerosis of blood vessels of the heart, can complicate with angina and myocardial infarction, also called heart attacks. Atherosclerosis of the blood vessels of the brain, known as carotid artery disease, can lead to brain strokes. Yoga can decrease a number of risk factors responsible for the development of atherosclerosis and consequently the risk of heart attacks and strokes. The risk factors which yoga practice can reduce are blood cholesterol levels or lipid profile, diabetes or high blood glucose, hypertension or high blood pressure, body mass index or obesity, anxiety and depression. Yoga and diabetes. In diabetes, glucose levels in the blood are abnormally high, which can cause short-term and long-term complications. Short-term complication includes diabetic coma. The most important long-term complications are loss of vision due to eye damage, also called diabetic retinopathy, and renal failure due to kidney damage. Diabetes also accelerates the course of other diseases like hypertension and atherosclerosis. Many studies have shown a positive impact of yoga in controlling blood sugar level indicators like fasting blood glucose, postprandial blood glucose, and HbA1c. Yoga may not only be useful in patients who have already developed diabetes, but may also delay the onset in those who are at a risk of developing it, that is, pre-diabetics. Yoga and hypertension. Hypertension or elevated blood pressure is one of the most common diseases in the aging population. It can cause acute complications like bleeding in the brain, called hemorrhagic stroke. The spectrum of long-term complications caused by hypertension is very similar to those caused by diabetes. These include loss of vision due to eye damage or hypertensive retinopathy and renal failure due to kidney damage. Hypertension, like diabetes, also accelerates the development of atherosclerosis, leading to myocardial infarction or heart attacks and brain strokes. There is scientific evidence to show that a combination of yoga practices like asanas or postures pranayam or breathing, and dhyan or meditation can be helpful in reducing both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in hypertensive patients when compared to no exercise. Yoga and obesity. Excessive body mass index. Obesity is a risk factor for cardiovascular diseases like atherosclerosis and hypertension. Besides this, obesity also increases the risk of insulin resistance and consequently diabetes. Obesity is a risk factor for the development of a number of cancers. Yoga can be helpful in weight loss and in preventing weight gain in overweight people. Yoga practice can reduce binge eating and increase meal times in persons with chronic obesity. Yoga and respiratory or lung disorders. Yoga can be helpful in improving lung function and exercise capacity in patients with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD. COPD is a chronic lung disease associated with symptoms like breathing problems and cough with phlegm. Yoga can be beneficial in reducing symptoms in asthma. Asthma is an allergic condition involving the airways, and patients experience symptoms like wheezing, chest tightness, shortness of breath, and cough. Yoga for neck and back pain. Back and neck pain can be due to a number of factors. Both these conditions need thorough investigation to identify if there is any anatomical cause for the pain. However, in some cases, the exact cause is not found. These cases, without any identifiable specific cause, usually run a chronic course. Yoga may be beneficial for these non-specific chronic conditions as discussed below. Yoga and neck pain. Yoga can reduce pain, increase function and mobility, and improve depressive mood in patients with chronic non-specific neck pain or CNNP. Yoga and back pain. Yoga may also be beneficial in reducing pain and disability in patients with chronic non-specific low back pain CNS-LBP. Yoga and pain management. Yoga may be helpful in reducing pain in a number of conditions like carpal tunnel syndrome, fibromyalgia, and cancers. Yoga and joint disorders, osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Osteoarthritis is due to increased wear and tear of the joints with age and is seen mainly in women above 40 years of age. It mostly affects the weight-bearing joints like the knee and hip joints, but other joints can also be affected. Yoga can reduce pain and improve mobility and function in patients with osteoarthritis. On the other hand, rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune condition in which the immune system attacks the tissues of the joints in the body, resulting in inflammation. Rheumatoid arthritis affects the smaller joints of the hands and feet. Yoga can also be considered for an add-on therapy in patients with rheumatoid arthritis. Yoga for pregnancy and menopause. Yoga can be beneficial for a number of outcomes in pregnancy like stress and quality of life, in labor like discomfort and pain, and in birth like birth weight and premature births. Yoga, especially the integrated yoga approach including asanas, pranayam and dhyan, can be effective in reducing depressive symptoms in pregnant women. Yoga and menopause. Yoga may also be useful in reducing vasomotor like night sweats, hot flashes and flushes, and psychological symptoms like irritability, aggressiveness, anxiety and sadness in peri- and postmenopausal women. To conclude, there are a number of studies to show that either yoga alone or in combination with standard therapies may be beneficial for a number of health conditions. But before starting any yoga program, it is advisable to consult a certified healthcare physician. Moreover, if yoga is suggested for any particular condition, yoga should be done under the supervision of a certified yoga instructor. Risks associated with yoga are mainly due to complex yoga postures, which, when not done correctly, can cause injuries. Thanks for listening. Bye.